Welcome to I Am the Cute One, the most chaotic school dance in the podcast universe.
Listen, you got through the week like we got through 9/11.
And a recession.
And the Special K diet.
And the time that James Franco hosted the Oscars.
And Ben Platt's wig and Dear Evan Hansen.
TGIF.
Hello, I am Donnie and I am the cute one.
And I'm Chelsea and I'm the cute one.
And today, it's Friday. TGIF, cuties.
And today, it's a new year. Happy New Year, cuties.
Happy New Year, indeed. Chelsea and I rang it in together. We bang pots and pans like the white trash do.
Like the white trash do, including, spoiler alert, us. I've said it before and I'll say it 1,000 more times. There is nothing more freeing than ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, banging on a pot and pan in the middle of the street, yelling and screaming and hooting and hollering. Let's address the marvelous elephant in the room. You're sitting on a couch, not a pillow with stuffing popping up to be seen. You're in your new place.
I am. Already got blown on this couch, by the way.
New year, same us, cuties. Might be a new couch, but it's still the same old Donnie.
Speaking of same old Donnie, I collabed with Piece of Cake Movers, so they said, we'll give you a discount if you give us this content, whatever. So I did, but I don't know if the movers knew. I don't know if the company talks to their movers or what, but there was a list of very specific things that I needed to do, pose with them next to the truck, take videos of them as they pack and unpack your things.
Did the company give you this list or you had an idea of what you wanted?
The company gave me specific things. Now, popping out of the box wasn't one of them. It just said, take a photo with our box.
You sent me that picture and I did say, what's in the box?
And then Donnie. I made that the official caption and they loved it. So yeah, they gave me a code, Donniewood. So if you live in the New York City area and you want to move in New York still, you get 10% off. And then if you want to move long distance, it's 5% off. So love that. But these men didn't know what they had in store. So I was like, can the three of us pose next to the truck? They seemed very confused. And then even if you watch the video again, when they're moving my boxes and I'm videotaping them, they always are looking out of the corner of their eye. They're
like, okay. What's this guy doing?
It is very odd. Also, I hired a cleaner to deep clean the apartment before I moved in, so she wouldn't have to move any furniture or whatever, and I could make sure, don't waste your time wiping down desktops. You don't need to vacuum this, even though you know what just happened on it the other day. You just need to do floors, windows, cabinets, whatever. The apartment bare bones is what I want you to clean. So I hired her for 4 hours to clean a 3-bedroom apartment, floor, walls, windows. But again, that is nothing I told her ahead of time. So when she walked in, it did look like she thought she was being Joe Goldberg. She was she was scared a little. She said, "Do you live here?"
No, but your bones are about to.
Check the cabinet. So that was fun. I love my new neighborhood. I live a 5-minute walk to the waterfront. I can't wait for you to visit. It's beautiful.
I'm so excited.
The one restaurant I went to, it was this little Irish pub. Everybody sounded like leprechauns when I was eating there. It was really cool.
Did you say, hey, tell me your name? I'll try to say it.
Oh, no, I didn't. Shore Shack. I don't know your name. But I made a post of the menu and said, welcome to the neighborhood. Put it in my stories. Then the restaurant followed me and DM'd me and said, we were glad we had you. So then I was I was fresh off of my Piece of Cake moving collaboration. I was I can be an Inwoodfluencer. I'll just move to the town and I'll Columbus it, act like I'm the first one here, show all these new restaurants, go viral on TikTok. Everyone will love Inwood. And a lifelong resident has said that is okay, that I can do that. So, we're good. So then I messaged...
Again, I just have to say, the things that you double check to make sure it would be okay. You're I talked to the locals and I'm not appropriating culture. Of all the things you say on this show, did you think that was the one that we were going to get 1-star reviews about? How dare he? He just moved here.
Kinda, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because I am in the minority here. So I want to make sure people know that some white boy, and it is exactly what I'm doing, but I want to make sure people don't think it's what I'm doing. That some white boy's going to move here and say oh, look at all my new favorite restaurant.
So what you're saying is you have a black friend.
yeah. I have an Inwood friend.
Uh-huh.
I followed the restaurant back and then messaged them because now the Piece of Cake moving collaboration was fresh in my mind. I was I'm going to get so many collaborations. Even if I could get one free meal out of it, that's enough. I'll come create content of me eating a short rib hamburger. Yeah. Iconic. So I messaged them back and said, thank you. I'm glad I was here. It was my first meal as a resident. I can't wait to come back. And they said, we'll be happy to have you. Okay.
Yeah.
Why follow me then if you're not going to give me free stuff?
Well, I think the thing about being a local is you do have to be a local.
What do you mean?
Like, the people in Cheers didn't have their designated bar stool because they just signed a lease. They put in the work to earn that spot.
Okay.
When we went to that terrible restaurant on New Year's Eve, because my dad loves it and is a local there, and the bartender makes him old fashions, even though he's sitting at a table over here. Very confusing. Worst service in all of the land of where I live at.
It did take 25 minutes to get ice cream.
And it always does. But that didn't just happen overnight. We didn't just start getting shitty service every Friday overnight. My dad is a local. He put in the work to get us that shitty service so that when he walks in, the owner and bartender both do say, hey, Dean. Now, does it improve our time of ordering to receiving the food? Certainly not. But I think, in conclusion, maybe you go to that Irish pub a few more times and all of a sudden they say, Donnie, we love your piece of cake moving company content. Here's an appetizer on us.
Yeah, but your father didn't get a free meal.
Well, again, my dad has also chosen the worst restaurant in our entire county that is his.
I loved the food, though.
It was fine. I was so inspired by your move. I have been living vicariously through your new year, new place, that I spent the weekend just moving shit around in my own
Did you get
home.
blown on it?
You know, I didn't get blown in my daughter's room yet, but fingers crossed.
That's your mistake. I'm sure there's been weekends they're gone.
You know, I don't really know if I want to be doing it doggy style, looking up and seeing the K-pop demon hunters looking down at me.
Up, up, up. Is that the song?
You're my soda pop. But there is something about the new year where I, every year, get Hulk strength, and I am capable of moving entire dressers, entire beds. I just lift it up like I'm saving my baby from underneath a car. I love starting the year with a refresh, so I moved around all of my bedroom furniture, and then Sapphire wanted a big girl room, so we moved all of her furniture around. I took all the stuff off of her wall and made a gallery wall. Again, very inspired by you, since you've taught me what a gallery wall is, which is Cuties. For those who are unfamiliar, when you place different pieces of art kind of willy-nilly on one single wall, and then, you know, it looks like a gallery of sorts. But it looked so cute. And then as I'm doing that, me and Sapphire had a great time. We're listening to music, we're moving stuff around, we're vacuuming, we're deep cleaning, we're doing all the things. Coco pops her head in and she goes, Mommy, I like all my stuff just where it is, and you better not touch it. Thank you very much. I was like, there's my Virgo.
I love that.
Yeah, but it seems like a whole new place.
Yeah, you sent me a picture and it's beautiful.
Coco didn't want a new room, but she does have a new hobby.
Okay, what is it?
She's in 3rd grade, Donnie, and you know what that means?
Collecting bugs.
It's recorder season.
Oh.
She came home with her very own recorder. She is so happy. She's been cleaning it. She's got that little like long stick thing that you shove inside. She has its own little leather case. She's been carrying it around and she's been playing it. She has been practicing and practicing and practicing to the point that last night at 8 o'clock, I said, okay, Coco, you need to put away the recorder. Let's keep it in the living room, because I knew what was going to happen if she was going to keep it in her room like she wanted. Put it in the living room. All of a sudden, I'm reading, and I hear quiet recorder music sounds. And this bitch came into the living room and tried to sneak the recorder back to her room and was, like, trying to, like, sneakily play it. It's a fucking recorder. You cannot play a recorder in a sneaky way.
No.
So I go in there, and she's, like, the Pied Piper caught in the act, looking up at me. And I was like, it's enough. I said, give it to me. I heard the tootin', tootin', tootin' from your room. It's time to give it back. And she said, you didn't tell me I couldn't tootin', tootin', tootin'. And I said, I did at 8 o'clock. It's 9. Give it back to me. And I was expecting a 3 a.m. wake up call with that recorder, but she slept. And then first thing this morning,
Huh. Why do they still have people use that?
I mean, it does get her excited about music, I guess. When I played recorder in 3rd grade, we didn't take it home. We just dipped it in that weird mint flavored water. And that was how you
What?
cleaned it.
Ew.
We would go into music class. We would all pick up a random recorder. Then we would dunk it in this, I guess, like Listerine. And then we would play it. And then we would put it back for the next class. We never brought it home with us to practice.
Weird.
You brought yours home to practice?
Yeah.
Huh. let's move on to recommendations.
Okay. When we recorded Cuties Choice Awards, there was like 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks left of December. And we thought everything that you need to watch had been already out. I was so wrong. The Housemaid, movie of 2025. It is so good. Amanda Seyfried's best work. I loved it. I didn't read the book. People say the book is batshit. The movie was batshit, so I assume the book is equally as batshit. But I'm not the only one that loves it because it was just announced it's getting a sequel. Now, I will say I'm a little scared because it's about a housemaid who works for a family and like the family has their secrets, whatever, and the housemaid finds out and has to deal with it. So the sequel is going to be Sydney Sweeney with a new family, where I think the magic of the movie is Amanda Seyfried. And I know like we are, number one, following a book series. So like the book series does follow the housemaid and
so
not
there is
the
a second book. They're not just
and
going
a third,
road.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't care to see that.
It's wild that Sydney Sweeney had the 2025 she had, and she's starting 2026 by everybody taking a look and saying, let's give her another movie.
And it's because the movie did well, but the movie did well because of Amanda Seyfried. So I think like after all the political and like problematic stuff, then her movies flopped. And then this one was the biggest hit of the month. So then I think they're like, oh, she has what it takes. They're going to give her the sequel. And unless they cast someone equally as big and great in the second one, we're going to see another flop.
Yeah. The second one got announced and Sydney Sweeney said, I know just what to do. Let me cover myself in paint for that magazine. And I know Kim K did it, but different undertones of olive skin tone, milk white skin tone. It did, and I hate to keep bringing this up and disparaging myself, it did look reminiscent of that Tin Man costume that I did not wear for that Instagram Live. I saw that and I gasped, Donnie.
I think you both looked great. I liked her photo shoot, and I thought you looked great as the Tin Man.
Well, the world will never see it. Speaking of movies that came out last year that we didn't watch until this year, my recommendation, and I know it was your recommendation a few weeks ago, Wake Up Dead Man, top movie of 2026. I started my list again. I loved it. It was my favorite of the Knives Out series.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's the best one.
And I don't want to give a spoiler. I do want to give the cuties a chance to watch it. But I got to say, my Catholic guilt came back with a vengeance. There was one point that I was yelling something at the screen that had to do with Catholicism, and Dr. Bald looked at me like he had seen a ghost.
Meanwhile, the woman that sings in my boyfriend's church choir, she came to see O Mary, and when she walked in, I gasped like it was Angela Bassett herself, fresh off of a 911 filming.
Back from space.
I was starstruck, yeah.
Dr. Bald said that we're going to get you, like, nice pearls for a gift. He said, if he's the first lady of the church, he has to have a nice set of pearls.
As you know, my boyfriend is on his way to give me the life of a first lady. So yesterday...
Was I not allowed to say that? That's fine, right?
No, it's fine. Because I don't even know if he knows it, you know? This is my vision for the future.
Sure,
I'm not telling secrets.
We're manifesting.
Yeah, yesterday we were trying to decide on something to watch. And he was like, what about Real Housewives? Because he had never watched. And he said, I've seen some Atlanta and stuff. Like, I know Nene. And I was like, well, there's so much more beyond Nene. So first I was going to do Salt Lake City. Because I was like, he needs to see Mary Cosby in action. So that we were going to do Salt Lake City. I wanted to start from season 1. And he was like, no. I don't want to start from season 1 of anything. I just want to watch like maybe the start of whatever current season is on. So I either had Potomac or Salt Lake City to watch. But out of the two of this season, I figured Potomac stands alone on its own better. Yeah. So I did. And as we were watching, he was like, how do I know Giselle? So then I told him all about Jamal Bryant, whatever. And then we made it through the first episode and he loved it. And we're going to watch more together. But at the end of the episode, it says more to come this season or whatever. And they show everything, including Monique's return. So then I said, you're not excited enough for me. You don't know what this is. So I need to educate you. So then we went back and watched the Monique and Candace fight. We watched reunion clips, including Your Dong Frog. And now he's very excited.
Sitting up here like a darn frog. The fact that I thought that she said frog for so long, me, you, and Steven by Faces by Bravo all thought that she really read her for filth by saying, sitting up here like a darn frog. Like, yeah, you fucking Kermit. It ain't easy being green, bitch.
Yeah, I thought it was about green eyes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did that have to do with anything? Oh, Pastor Holy Horror, first
Yeah.
movie. The last thing I will say is I recommend Sapphic Smut. I just read A Game of Hearts and Heist. It was very steamy, very lesbian. It did, by the end, remind me of a Judd Apatow film where I was checking the clock saying, when are we wrapping this up? It's good, but...
Sometimes there's a thing is too much in, you know?
You know, sometimes. My goal is to read 12 books this year. I figure a book a month. So that was my first book that I read this year. And now this isn't Sapphic Smut. We're just back to the good old fashioned fairy porn. But I am reading the From Blood and Ash series. So, cuties, if you have a Goodreads account, I am on Goodreads. I just started it. I'm under Chelsea Rivers, and I hate to plug an Amazon product in the year 2026, but I get so many recommendations all the time from people of books to read, and I can just click a button now and it keeps track of it for me so then I know what I want to read next. I'm not recommending Goodreads. I'm just saying if you have one, follow me.
Also, speaking of too much de-slurring,
Thanks for censoring yourself now.
Of course, my rule is one.
I checked with the locals, and they said it was fine to say it just once.
Did I send you that video of that girl singing?
I'm going to need you to be a little more specific.
Some lesbian was singing a song, and I think it is about eating out, but it's about spelling the alphabet on the badge.
Yeah, you sent that to me, and you said, this is why I didn't want to be bisexual. You sent that to me, and meanwhile, I was like, this is why I'm bisexual.
No, because when I think of bisexual women, that's what I think of. So then I pushed back for so long because I needed them to be humanized to me. I needed a woman like you or some of our other friends that I was like, oh, okay, you are more than just a stereotype. Because this woman singing like, A is for anus, put your tongue on my taint, you know?
B is for boobs, I love to honk 'em. No, this one was so hot. I'll post it in my stories because you sent that to me being like, ew, this is why I pushed back on bisexuality. I literally watched that video and I was like, this is a video that I would have said, well, isn't everyone a little bisexual?
Yeah, I sent it to another bisexual we know, and she also was not on my side. She was like, no, this is very hot.
It was so hot.
I was like, okay, now tap into the straight side and send me hot men because you've lost me.
So, again, I think that it's just that there are certain people you're not attracted to.
Yeah, because if Renee Rapp would have sang that song, I would have been turned on.
But do you understand how you sending it to two bisexual women and both of us saying this is hot then kind of proves the case of bisexuality that we like women also.
But you don't like pretty women.
She was pretty. Okay. Well, shout out to that content creator. The bisexuals love you. This F slur doesn't. One more reminder, we are on YouTube for, I don't know, however long that lasts after the stuff we say on here. Make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing. Hit the bell button so you're notified when we go live. Share it with a friend. Spam us in the comments. Do what you gotta do.
This week, Andy Cohen shut down facelift rumors, Timothée thanked Kylie Jenner publicly, and Kylie grabbed her boob at the Critics' Choice Awards. Taylor Swift released a new version of The Fate of Ophelia. Kathy Griffin announced she's dating a 23-year-old. Emily in Paris was renewed for a 6th season.
Dr. Bald is so excited.
Really?
Oh, that man loves Emily in Paris. I watched season 1 with him. Since then, when Emily in Paris drops, he is out of commission for the weekend because he's like, I'm sorry, I've got to watch Bonjour, Emily.
Oh, wow. I hate a, this is still on person, but I truly felt like season 4 and 5, it was like a big deal, and they announced each time that it was going to be the final season. But I guess I'm wrong.
We won't stop until Emily's been to every country in the world, still refusing to learn the language.
Oh, does she go to more places than Paris?
Apparently, she went to Rome this past season. Again, I didn't watch it, but Dr. Bald woke me up one night. I went to bed before him, which never happens.
Yeah.
He comes into bed. He says, hey. And I go, what? And he goes, can I tell you what just happened in Emily in Paris? And I said, no, I'm sleeping. And he's like, but she goes to Rome.
Emily in Rome. Former NFL player Matt Khalil sued his ex-wife after she compared his penis to Coke cans, and the new season of Traitors dropped. left. Which, by the way, cuties, on Monday, you've heard about it already, but we're telling you again, we're reminding you, we're playing Traitors on our Patreon, and we have some of the finest talent. You know that sometimes I think about Big Brother 40 and giggle, thinking of how it will play out. I've been doing the same about Traitors Express on our Patreon, because the people at this round table...
Like, we might get not real drama. Like, I don't think anybody's going to leave here hating each other. But, like, I think we're going to get some juicy drama because everybody that we have invited are our friends. And so they are wackadoodles.
Yeah.
There is nobody in this lineup that I would be disappointed if they get randomly chosen to be a traitor.
No, me
like,
neither.
Everybody will shine in their own perfectly psychotic way.
I truly can't wait. So tune in Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Patreon.com/I'm the cute one. Anybody that's over there will get access to the link.
Oh, yeah. And just like Big Brother Express, there'll be a live chat for you to talk in our Patreon, for you to communicate with each other without the players seeing.
And here's another little incentive. Patreon Cuties, I'm not going to say how, we're going to announce it at the start of the game, but Patreon Cuties are going to have a hand in the gameplay. They're going to have a chance to influence things that happen.
I know normally we play the, who's going to pay on the first date game and say, do you want to go first or you want me to go first? I'm not giving you the choice, Chelsea. I've been holding on to this, and not just for other reasons, because I need to talk about Ashley Tisdale's mom group drama.
Okay, I have seen headlines and I didn't pay attention because I think I just knew in my spirit, in my heart, that this was going to be what you talked about this week. So, as is tradition, please tell me what's going on with the news.
Of course you knew I would talk about it, because not only is it Ashley Tisdale, if it was just any of these women by themselves, I would probably still be intrigued. But it's Ashley Tisdale and Hillary Duff and Mandy Moore.
Oh.
The Golden Trio.
The Father, the Son, and the Mandy Moore.
Yeah. So Ashley Tisdale wrote a blog about a month ago, and she talked about the toxicity of mommy friend groups and blah, 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 and how you're supposed to be a womanhood, but a lot of time it's just like high school continued. So that was a blog a month ago. But then January 5th, for The Cut, she wrote an actual article about the same thing and gave a little more details about her personal life. And she said in the mommy group she was a part of, she said when she first joined, the women were busy icing out another member of the group, and then Ashley Tisdale joined the group, and then it turned out to be like a repeated behavior, and that's just what they do. They ice women out like one by one, and now she's like, it was turning out that I was the new IC. So she said, we were all busy, life was hectic, I told myself it was all in my head and it wasn't a big deal. But after the third or fourth time I saw photos on social media of my friends together without me, I began to feel the exclusion was intentional. They would exclude her from group hangouts, but post about them all over Instagram. They seated her far away from everyone else at a dinner party, and they threw someone a birthday dinner, but didn't invite her. She also said she brought it up with the group, saying that it felt too high school, and in response, one sent her flowers, then ignored her when she thanked them, and she says she still doesn't know why she was excluded.
I will say that there is a really strange thing with mom dynamics that does feel like you're back in middle school or high school. And there are only certain groups, and I just don't engage with that type of mom group. It's not for me. Like, I was volunteering for an event, and the group of PTA moms who all clearly like knew each other and were running things, like literally stood in a circle and like turned their back on me. And then I just kind of like waited until the teachers told me like where to go. And there was another mom that I ended up becoming friends with who like came over and was also not invited to the inner circle. So there's like weird dynamics that are at play with mom stuff, and I think it plays out like with our kids too.
Yeah.
But that being said, I don't know. I look at this group and I do wonder who the problem is.
I fully agree. Number one, I see both sides. I do think that I'm sure like the problems that we see in girlhood in middle school and high school and college does continue as you're an adult. Like, yes, we mature, but also what's in you is in you. Men are going to kill no matter what age they're at, you know?
Sure. Men are going to be dangerous, dangerous things. We will be choosing the bear every single time. And like my mom so eloquently told me in middle school when I was having mean girl drama, and she sat me down and she said, Chelsea, I'm going to tell you a secret. Girls are bitches. Go find another lunch table to sit at. And I did. And then I met my friends that are my friends to this day.
Well, that's what I wanted to say too about the mom drama is that that's wonderful advice. Like you said about the PTA moms, I'm sure there are women that like click together and get off on like bullying adult women. However, once you noticed that, you didn't like still consider them your friends. You didn't try to be whatever. So for Ashley Tisdale to have numerous examples of like, oh, they sat me separately at a table.
Right.
They didn't invite me to a birthday party. They didn't invite me to these things and still posted about it online. That's because they don't consider you their friend. You showed up to a couple things or maybe a year long of things. I don't know. But these women clearly don't consider you their friend. And sometimes if you didn't do anything wrong, there is no easy way to tell someone like, hey, you're just weird. We don't really click with you. So like them not inviting you to those things was them telling you.
Well, I think that is in a healthy friend group dynamic where that starts to naturally happen. I do think there are instances of friend groups, if it is truly toxic, where there is always going to be one person who is the target, because then that is the talking point and the thing that connects the other members of the group is like whoever is on the outs then gives the other people the camaraderie of like joining together against them.
Yeah.
And I think that whatever impulse somebody might have of like repeatedly being treated that way and still wanting to be in the group is what makes them the target to be that person in the group.
Oh, pathetic. Yeah.
No, but once my mom had that conversation with me in middle school, then that just became my mantra. Like, I don't want to be at a table with people who don't want me there.
No.
So then my energy is always like, if something weird like that happens the first time, then I'm like, okay. And then that almost makes the dynamic flips where then I notice that group is then like reaching out to me of like, why don't you come around anymore? And I'm like, because I don't like you guys.
No, that makes sense. And when you put it that way too, I do understand the bully side more because there are some people that are like weird or whatever, and you just want to leave them alone. Like, okay, I don't really need to deal with you. But then there are some people, the pathetics, that are weird and whatever. And like me, do like get off a little bit on bullying them to some degree. And what's crazy is, out of everyone included, Mandy Moore, Hillary Duff, and Ashley Tisdale, like Ashley Tisdale does seem like the pathetic of the three, probably. Like if there were to be someone that you would team up with and bully, it would be Ashley Tisdale. But then the dark horse of this whole thing, the thing that makes it really crazy, is Meghan Trainor is also involved. So you'd think that Mandy Moore and Hillary Duff would bully Meghan Trainor, but somehow she became a top dog here.
Huh, the woman with 2 toilets, one for her and one for her hubby to take dueling
the emotional
deuces.
support twink that lives with her in her bathtub.
Huh.
Now, she is not top dog, though, because during the California fires, Mandy Moore's house burned down and she moved in with Hillary Duff. So, like, clearly those two are top of the gang here. But because Mandy and Hillary are outspoken leftists, you know Hillary from her work against the gay slur.
Hey, don't say gay.
Yeah. So internet detectives assumed Ashley, who has been relatively silent politically, they were like, oh, she must be MAGA. The internet was going with that, like, oh, Ashley Tisdale dropped by her friend group because she's MAGA. So then Ashley Tisdale's reps came out and said, like, she's a registered Democrat, and the article wasn't even about this friend group, which then means that this happened twice. That's also something that happened. Ashley Tisdale unfollowed Mandy Moore and Hillary Duff. So, like, obviously something happened with that friend group, but now you're saying, like, oh, no, it's actually about these women over here.
No, it's not.
The only thing that would have made this whole story better is if Leah Michelle was involved as well.
But she
That's
wouldn't
all
have
I
known
need.
the article was out because she can't read.
There was an update as of this morning, and we're recording this Wednesday, so hopefully there's more by Friday, and then we'll put it in our stories.
We will be covering the breaking news.
I will.
CNN alert.
This
Donnie
is my
News.
new Blake Lively. Hillary Duff's husband shot back. He posted a photo of himself, photoshopped onto Ashley Tisdale's body, and he made it look like a magazine cover. And he said, when you're the most self-obsessed, tone-deaf person on earth, other moms tend to shift focus to their actual toddlers. And then a sub-headline that said, a mom group tell-all through a father's eyes.
I'm torn about this. I think it's funny. I know he is kind of notoriously a troll and will do stuff like this, but much like with Real Housewives, when the husbands get too involved, I want him to stand down. Your job is to stand in a woman's closet and say, wow, so what happened on the trip, honey? Oh my God, I can't believe that. Your job is to shuffle out like Ken Todd and say, can you believe that Raquel and Tom were in the hot tub together? It almost proves the point of Ashley Tisdale if the husband of one of the moms is like publicly mocking you.
Okay, I do see that. But also, from a housewife's point of view, I do get uncomfortable when the men get involved. Like when Meredith Marks' husband called Whitney a whore or whatever he did.
Well,
like,
whenever Seth Marks does anything, I get uncomfortable because that man is the human equivalent of like a Four Loko, but the new flavor, the new formula, not the old formula that was basically cocaine in a can.
Right. No, I agree with you. But that's because Whitney delivers. If he would have done that to a Kyle Richards, I wouldn't have a problem. Or no, if Mauricio would have done that to someone, I wouldn't have a problem because your wife's not bringing anything, so you might as well. So if Hillary is not weighing in and saying like, yes, it was us and Ashley was the problem, then let the husband give us a little something.
Okay, you've changed my mind. I'm going to keep an eye on him just because inherently
men are evil.
Men.
Yeah,
But you have made me see something in a new light. We're listening and learning this year, Donnie. Changing perspectives and hearts on this show. Speaking of changing minds and hearts, let's talk about buttholes.
Okay.
This might be our most on-brand episode to date. We're really covering the news.
I think so.
So I want to talk about an article that was written on velvetshark.com. It came originally from Substack, and it reads, if you pay attention to AI company branding, you'll notice a pattern. And I'm going to put the picture here on the YouTube. Number 1, circular shape. Number 2, central opening or focal point. Number 3, radiating elements from the center. Number 4, soft organic curves. Sound familiar? It should. It's also an apt description of, well, you know, a butthole.
What?
The circular AI logo epidemic. This article goes on to talk about how every AI company has some version of the same formula that all look like buttholes.
What does one say to this, Chelsea?
There was a Reddit post, since now has been deleted, but that did share your sentiments of what does one say about this.
Yeah, thank you.
And it said, if every circle looks like an anus to you, you're watching too much porn and you need to detox from the internet for a good year or two.
Oh, by the way, I stopped my porn ban.
Well, you moved into a new place. You got to jizz on all the walls like a male cat.
You know, you just missed something. I already gave up alcohol. Let me have porn. You know, that's what they say.
That's what they say. Let me have porn. The last thing I'll say, there was a Reddit commenter that said, clearly all of them hired Greendale Community College alumni to design their logos. A community shout out.
Who's that?
You've never watched Community?
I tried because I really thought I would like it. But, you know, first episodes are never like what the vibe is.
Yeah.
And that's all I gave it.
They really find their footing like midway through season 1. And then I think it's season 3 or 4, they went with a different writer, but then they brought him back. So there's one season that's really not great.
Okay.
But one of my favorite shows. I discovered it in COVID.
That's why I tried to like it.
Yeah, my original love letter with Donald Glover. Anywho, fuck AI. You look like a butthole. Now it's time for our cutie of the week.
You can go first.
Sure. My cutie of the week is Cher.
Oh, okay.
Because she went on Armchair Expert and she told Dax Shepard that his wife, Kristen Bell, deserves better. There was an extremely awkward encounter in which it started out by Dax Shepard saying Kristen Bell was like the better half of them, and Cher immediately being like, and he got defensive. Kristen Bell tries to downplay it, as she does. I'm worried about that woman. I'm worried about her, and I'm worried about Kourtney Kardashian. Two women in 2026 that I've got my eye on. But she tries to downplay it, and they kind of awkwardly move on. Dax Shepard then circles back like several times and keeps saying like, well, who would you want to see her with? I know that I haven't won you over. Like, who specifically would you rather her date? Like, keeps going, and you can tell that Cher is getting uncomfortable because Cher and Kristen Bell know each other from Burlesque. So they have a history there. So it finally gets to the point where Dax will not let this go, and it's clear that he will not let this go. So Cher said, well, the truth is, I trust her, so you must have something that I don't see. Which I find to be hilarious. Who's your cutie of the week?
Miley Cyrus. Because, as you know, if you've been following on your calendar the way I have, this year is the 20th anniversary of Hannah Montana. So, there's rumors that we're going to get a one-night-only Hannah Montana reunion concert. And by reunion, I mean just her doing Hannah Montana songs. But she was recently on a red carpet, maybe for the Critics' Choice Awards, I'm not sure. But she was recently on a red carpet and someone said, like, is anything big happening for the 20th anniversary? And she said, you see the bangs, because she had bangs, which means yes.
Oh.
I can't
See,
wait.
I was not a Hannah Montana girly. I thought that meant she was going through something personally. Because when I see a woman rocking new bangs, especially flat, low bangs like that, to me, I say, oh, I see the bangs. You holding in there?
I
Need
see.
anything?
No, the Hannah Montana wig famously has bangs. So we're getting it. Now, cuties have come into my DMs and asked my opinion on bangs, which I don't know why you didn't know them already. I'm here to tell you. They're cute if you're cute.
You know, I was a bang girl for a decade of my life. I had bangs when I got married.
I think it would be cute. Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it was pretty on you.
Yeah,
and I
liked
love
it.
them on Sapphire. Bangs. They're cute if you're cute. And that's the end of our episode. So thank you so much for listening. I will let the cuties know not everything has been unpacked. That's causing me frantic, but this has. So we're getting there.
Patreon.com/I'm the cute one. If you don't come for Traders Express, come for
One chapter a month of Hidden Passions. And on that note, we'll talk to you later. Love you like a sister.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to I Am the Cute One. If you want more, head to patreon.com/I Am the Cute One for uncut, unedited, and unhinged video and audio footage of current episodes, as well as even more bonus content.
And if you like what you heard, please be sure to leave a 5-star rating and subscribe to our show. And to help us grow this community of chaotic cuties, share an episode with a friend you think would pass the vibe check.
And to see the madness, check out our YouTube channel, where video footage from all current episodes are posted weekly.
You can follow me at Real Donnywood on Instagram and all other social media platforms.
And if you want more of my personal brand of chaos, check me out at Oh No Chalice.
Talk to you later. Love you like a sister.